It's been weeks since Alex Becker's posted a YouTube video, and although Cardano holders are probably out in the streets celebrating, everybody else is waiting for him to return with a magical list of cryptocurrencies that are gonna 100x in the next month or two. Well, if that's you, you're in the perfect place. Not only has Alex Becker been putting out sneaky coin recommendations over in his Twitter replies, but he said his bear market strategy is to accumulate underpriced cryptocurrencies to make 100 to 500x returns once that bull cycle comes.
If they buy in this bear market, they're going to see the highest returns.
So if you want to know exactly how he's playing this bear market and exactly what cryptocurrencies he's actually recommending over there on Twitter, hit that like button below and let's jump straight in. Oh, also, as a bonus fun fact while I was researching for this video, I found out what originally got Alex Becker into crypto. Pop in the comments below your guess of how you think Alex Becker originally got into cryptocurrencies, and I'll reveal it by the end of the video. So Alex Becker has a crypto hypothesis that I really love, and it can be broken down in 4 simple steps. 1, you, yes, you specifically, and me, will have the opportunity to make life-changing crypto gains in the next crypto bull cycle. Now, obviously nobody knows when this is going to occur, but Alex Becker says it's very much most likely in the next 2 years and definitely within the next 5 years. Number 2, the next crypto bull market will be way bigger than the last one that we just had. Why? Because the last bull market was built on nothing but hype, speculation, and narratives. Now, when Becker says this, he basically means we haven't seen real businesses in Web3 generating real revenues or real profits. We haven't seen anybody playing crypto games for fun, and we haven't seen mainstream adoption of crypto. Just less than 3% of the world is using cryptocurrencies, which is crazy when you think more than 60% of the world uses the internet. And what's even crazier is to think that 40% of the world doesn't yet use internet. But if you're like me, wickedly smart, you may be thinking, Benji, there are real businesses out there in Web3 generating revenue. What about OpenSea? What about Coinbase? They both have millions of users and generate billions of dollars every single year. Well, that's a great question because that's exactly what I thought. Well, Alex Becker acknowledges this fact, but he says basically the only real businesses that are existing like that are the ones that are currently selling shovels to traders. And those traders are only out there trading on speculation and hype and narratives in order to get rich and sell their crypto on to somebody else. Becker wants to see businesses being built outside this hype bubble. And he says there's so many, hundreds if not thousands of them being built right now that are gonna 100x plus when the next bull cycle comes around. Right now it's building season. But these projects are gonna be real businesses that actually make money. The Shopifys, the Stripes, the YouTubes, the Verizons, real life businesses that are innovating, supply a product or a service, and actually make money at the end of the day. Becker does give a couple of examples out there in the crypto market that people are working on right now, like Filecoin, which aims to be a decentralized data storage, like AWS, but owned by the people, or Theta, which is created by the creator of YouTube who wants to bring videos into Web3. Becker also mentions Thorchain, which aims to decentralize crypto liquidity, and Veracity Streaming, a big one. It basically wants to be the biggest streaming platform like Twitch of Web3. And another one that Becker didn't personally recommend, but I really like, is Helium. They're attempting to decentralize the internet through millions of hotspots worldwide that people get paid to put into their house and supply internet to the people around them. Brilliant. Becker says there's thousands of these businesses being built right now that are coming to Web3 and are gonna drive the next bull cycle through the roof. And unlike this bull cycle, it's gonna actually be sustainable because they're providing a service that actually makes money. You know, the old profitable business thing that Web 2 seems to be really obsessed with. But this takes us to point number 3. If you want these 100x to 500x that everybody keeps talking about, you must buy during the bear cycle. You can't wait until the market is already soaring. You've already lost most of the gains by then. Let me give you a couple of examples. Becker talks about Solana, a massive chain right now that he's a really big fan of. He says if you bought during the last bear cycle, you'd have 100x on your money. Solana was trading at just $2.50 and had peaked during the last bull cycle at $250. Of course, that's if you know exactly how to time the market, which you don't, and I don't, and nobody does. But they're the stats that sound really exciting. Becker then talks about Polygon, which 287x'd. If you bought during the bear cycle, early 2021, you get it for just 1 cent. What did Polygon top out at? $2.87, meaning you could turn $200, just 200 bucks. You may probably got that lying around into almost $60,000. Or another token that is now mainstream that Becker loves to use as an example is Binance, going from just $20 a token in the last bear market to $669. Woo! Alex Becker says he has a large amount of regret for this period because he said he was busy fiddling with Bitcoin, which over that same time period only 6x'd from $10,000 up to about $60,000. And he says if he wasn't so busy with Bitcoin and blinded by that, he would have been in the metaverse niche where he could 200, 300, 400x his money. And he says the last bull cycle, he should have made hundreds of millions of dollars if he did this.
If I got in the metaverse investing right here, I would have made probably $100 million this bull run.
But getting to the point, if you waited until the bull cycle to buy Polygon, you would have grabbed it at about 40 cents. This is where it sort of evened out at. Meaning, instead of 287xing your money, you only 6x your money, which is similar to what Bitcoin did over the entire period. Meaning, you would have lost a lot of gains. This is why you must buy during the bear market. Now, this takes us to point 4, and probably the most important point in Alex Becker's crypto thesis, which is invest in the MicroCap coin, the ones that have the 100 to 500x potential. There's no point investing in Ethereum with $250 billion market cap because for that to 100x, that's a lot of money that has to enter the market. And where does Becker think the best microcap altcoins exist? Well, of course, in the gaming and the metaverse niche. He believes that this will be the biggest industry in the history of the world. Trillions on trillions of dollars is exactly what he said. Well, roughly what he said. And based on how popular gaming is in our society, it's kind of evident why he believes this. I mean, did you know that gaming right now is far bigger than both the Hollywood box office industry and the entire music industry combined? In 2019, gaming had revenues of $145 billion, where the music industry just a measly 20 bill. So if the gaming crypto market cap is headed into the trillions of dollars, right now it's at just 13 billion. And as Alex likes to compare it to, a meme coin, Doge, is almost at the same market cap. And of course, it has very little utility and probably won't go on to be the biggest industry in the world, although you never know. So exactly where in the gaming and metaverse industry is Alex Becker looking right now? Fortunately, he's been tweeting out his exact picks. And before we jump into him, I have to say we can't always depend on him to pick with 100% accuracy. There's been a lot of tokens that are down over 95%, including Thetan Arena and Defina, or as he calls it, Definia. But that is the downside of a risky strategy like this. Huge upside, but most of these tokens will also go to zero. The idea is the small handful that soar into the atmosphere will 100x or 500x, cleanly paying for all your losses plus a few spare million. Now, the complete list of Alex Becker coin recommendations can be found in the description below. We've linked that up for you. I highly recommend that you research each project before jumping in. Otherwise, you'll end up holding the Definas and the Thetan Arenas while everybody else is picking the right ones. Look for projects with really strong teams and really future focused with a high quality product. If you don't want to be doing all this research yourself, consider joining our Patreon below, where we're about to start a series where we break down every single Alex Becker recommendation into bite-sized pieces that you can understand exactly what they do, how valuable you think they are, so you can make more educated decisions. Instead of like when I started just buying blindly and having no idea what's going on. Oh, also in our Patreon, we have Alex Becker buy notifications, so you know exactly when Alex buys a token or an NFT before he goes and tweets it out to his audience. Now, talking about tweeting, although Alex Becker hasn't posted to YouTube in a long time, he has been putting out his crypto recommendations over on Twitter. Recently, he gave 5 token suggestions. Let's break these down. The first was Vulcan Forge. They are down 10x from their all-time high, and they basically want to be the Steam or the gaming platform of Web3, although they actually make their own games as well. They also got hacked last year and responded really well to it. They got a massive team and they look really healthy. The second token he recommended was Solana, down 8x from its all-time high. Solana is a layer 1 blockchain currently being used to develop a lot of games and NFTs, basically because it's quicker and cheaper than Ethereum. But it's also had a lot of downtime recently, so people are getting skeptical of it. And to add my own 2 cents here, I have a friend far more educated than I am who is a much bigger fan of Polygon over Solana, and I'm going to be breaking down the differences between the two because I want to dive deep into that research. So make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss out on that. Third token Becker recommended is Altura. This one is down almost 20x from its all-time high. And Altura is a tool for gaming developers. It allows them to make their NFTs in their games smart NFTs. What does this mean? Think about an NFT sword that your player has in game, and say it slays 1,000 dragons. And what happens at 1,000 dragons is an event where your sword levels up and becomes a legendary sword and gets even stronger. This is what Altura is building to put into other people's games. Token number 4, Moon River, down almost 25x from its all-time high. Moon River allows Solidity smart contracts to be hosted on the Kusama network. Although the rumor on this one is once again that they were just a test network for Moonbeam. And if you click on the Moon River link, it redirects to Moonbeam's website. So we're gonna investigate this one too for you. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, come on, you're just gonna miss out on everything. And lastly, token number 5, Rima, down 15x from its all-time high. And similar to Altura, it's a tool for developers to build utility into their games. What sort of utility? NFT nesting. Think like Lego-like building blocks of NFTs that you can connect to one another. The example they give on their website is imagine a block of land as an NFT. Then you've also got a house as an NFT, and you want to put that on top of the house so they become connected. And then maybe on top of the house, you want to put a billboard that you can sell advertising to companies and actually make money from this block of land. Well, Rima allow this to happen. And like Altura, this is the niche that I'm very interested in. Tokens that are actually selling tools to developers who are going to build these massive games. Now, the last thing I want to leave you with is probably Becker's biggest piece of advice, the one that I connect with the most, that'll allow you to make money whether it's a bull cycle or a bear market. Becker tweeted, "Most people who've made it big in crypto were rich before crypto. You can't afford to take risks significantly higher than your cash flow. Your big goal during the bear should be to build up a very good income so you can afford to take big risks. Building a safe business or passive income source that gives you a large income lets you YOLO into risk and is a massive advantage. If not, the biggest advantage you can have. Try it. We probably have a few years before crypto riches return." Oh, and to answer your question at the start of this video, how did Alex Becker originally get into crypto? Well, he said he was doing really well sports betting, and the sports betting company would pay him out in Bitcoin. And once his Bitcoin doubled passively, he took a close look into the crypto markets, and that's when he got obsessed with the Bitcoin and the layer ones, and he really wishes he looked at the metaverse and smaller market caps. That's how he would have made his hundreds of millions. Once again, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.